Right, 2020 vision. New year, new decade, new month, January, and already phones have been made official. And it's from the company that we're expecting, but not the products that we're expecting, even though we had been getting a lot of leaks around it. You probably know by the title, and I want to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S10 Lite and Note 10 Lite, and what my opinions are on these products and what these products mean for the industry, as well as what that means for Samsung's product stat line. So again, Ben from Lava Tech. Let me talk about my opinions on these products to you. Now, I want to get off the bat and basically say that these products are good. That's not really a hard thing for any manufacturer nowadays, especially on a high-end level, or even on a mid-range now, from when you're seeing phones like the Realme X2 Pro and the OnePlus 7T Pro, OnePlus 7T, many other phones, the Redmi K20, I can name many phones. It's really not that difficult to make a great smartphone right now. So when I'm looking at both these phones, I'm thinking these are, on a surface level, very good phones. And again, I'm not necessarily going to go deep dive into the specs and the breakdowns on what these products are. There's great people that have had hands-on with these products that have done these already. So I might or might not, depending on how I feel, link some videos in the description below of people where I think they've given great breakdowns. I just want to share my opinions on what I think of these products, right? So S10 Lite. Now this is looking decent. I mean, again, the price point that is coming at, I think from what I believe is 650 euros. I don't know what the price is in US dollars as well as UK pounds. And great display form factor, 6.7 inches, full high definition plus, really small hole punch in the middle with the Infinity O display. Great internal specs when you're looking at 6/8 gig RAM, Snapdragon 855, 128 gigabytes of storage with micro SD card support, and 4,500 milliamp hour battery with support up to ultra fast charging for 45 watts. Not much to complain about, right? And in terms of the camera specifications as well, you're looking at a triple camera. I feel like Samsung again are falling into the trap where they're just doing too much good, where they're becoming their own worst enemy. And they did this, and I commented on this when they first released the normal Note 10, and where it sat against the S10, where the S10 just made more sense, right? But again, I've explained that, the time that I've actually held the normal Note 10 is more than the sum of its parts. I don't know where these products sit. The S10 Lite, for example, does a lot in there that almost nullifies having even S10 Plus, an S10, or even an S10e. Now, bar you can make the argument that maybe you want an S10e because you want a flagship phone that's 5.8 inches, good size in a hand where it fits comfortably because it's 6.7. But across the board, the S10 Lite has a much bigger battery and faster charging than all the S10 series. That's including the S10 Plus. So I don't know where it sits, for example. I don't know what their gender is. I just feel like at this current product cycle with the supposed leak of the Unpacked, happening on the 11th of February 2020 for the next generation S series products, I don't know where this sits in this product life of the S10 series, And then when you look at even like something like the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, the Note 10 Lite is an interesting one, right? Because now it just makes null and void the normal Note 10. It just fully makes it null and void. You've got a much bigger battery, even a bigger battery slightly than the normal Note 10 Plus, and still keeping an S Pen in there, So I look at it and I'm thinking, why would you get it? But at the same time, you look at the decision making and the pricing of what you're getting at 599 euros from what I have seen in terms of the pricing. You've got a chipset that is dated, and I mean dated where it's a 10 nanometer Exynos 9810 chipset from the S9 series. I don't know, man. And it's not the whole tech thing of all the performances. My main concern with the older chipsets is battery efficiency. And I said this in my I said this in my S9 Plus review, that was one of the biggest weak points that I felt was on those 10 nanometer chipsets, especially on the Exynos side. So I don't know why they didn't use the Snapdragon. I don't know whether it was a cost saving thing to make sure that it was cost competitive with still making a Note product with the S Pen manufacturing. I don't know. Great products. That's not the issue here. If you look at these products on a standalone, the issue is not the fact that they're not good phones, right? But then there's blurring the lines and there's cannibalizing. And I feel like this is cannibalizing products that have already been well established, that are well discounted when it comes to the manufacturer suggested retail price, MSRP, as well as the offers that you're going to be getting when you go to carriers, right? But on top of that, you've got a strong mid-range pack, mid-range premium pack, and you're looking at phones like the A80 and especially the A90, and you can make the argument that why would you then get the A90 when you can get an S10 Lite? Maybe you want an A90 because you want a future-proof, as people like to say, where I prefer to say future compatibility for 5G in the future, however new it is. But it's like you blur the lines too much where you get to the point where you cross the lines and you start cannibalizing yourself. I basically want to say is that these are great products. These products need to be communicated exactly where they sit, because right now, with the new S series products coming out, these products are going to feel and look very redundant straight away compared to the S series and the Note series that's already there. You know, I kind of get it to an extent with the Note 10 Lite because there just wasn't a Lite version, but then you could make the argument that there was a Lite version with the normal Note 10 at 6.3 inches. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a very confusing release where I just feel like what makes Samsung great in terms of being able to do the most and also push boundaries. So things like, you know, the new generation fold devices coming with the clamshell, infold, vertical, you know, with so many things that they do as an OEM, as well as an ODM in terms of manufacturing parts from displays to chipsets, to memory modules, to storage modules. There's so much that they do that sometimes they do too much where forget the competition against themselves, they start to cannibalize and things just start to collide and not go according to plan. And that's my opinion, and I feel like I just needed to sit down and, again, as I like to call it, acapella, just talk to you straight from the heart, no script, just straight, and just kind of have my opinion and the thoughts on it. And I mean, I've talked about it in my Tech and Chill live streams, so you can go back. I can link it in the link in the description below, as well as in the, you know, pop-ups as well. Is there something I'm missing? What is the relevance of the S10 Lite and the Note 10 Lite coming out right now when the next generation of the S series is pretty much right around the corner against what they already have when it comes to their mid-range and their flagship series from the S, the A, and the Note? Again, my name is Ben, lover of tech. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button so you can see more content like this, and I'll be sure to hit you guys up next time.